right. I'd like to welcome you to the House of Thrones. Tonight, we're so excited to bring you a production of Alice in Wonderland. That's right. We're going down the rabbit hole into the magical world of Wonderland. During intermission, Nez Lover will feature her paintings of the play's characters and the bios of the cast. And then get ready to be dazzled by the conclusion of Alice in Wonderland. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our all-star cast. The wonderful Ajod as Alice. The fabulous Rosaline as the Cheshire Cat and the White Rabbit. The titillating Nez Lover as the Queen of Hearts and the Caterpillar. The mysterious Steve-O from Burnt Flowers Fallen as the Mad Hatter and the King of Hearts. The whimsical PD Connects as the March Hare and the TweedleDum. The talented Mark Cropkin as the Dormouse and TweedleDee. The eccentric Bimbo Barbarella as the White Knight, Lillian the Bailiff. And last but not least, Izzy Pa, administrator and co-producer of the show. So buckle your seatbelts. It's quite the ride. And we'll see you on the other side. Scene 1. The scene starts off with the Cheshire Cat coming on stage with a big smile on his face.
We have here tonight. You're going on a journey into the magical world of Wonderland. I am the Cheshire Cat, and I will be your guide tonight as we explore the land of enchantment. Now, if you've been here before and know the story, relax, experience the tale of what you never knew. Yeah, forget mischievous smile, sparkly eyes will shine in pack as we journey deep into the moon.
The cat opens the door to reveal Alice. She walks out onto the middle stage and the cat walks into it and disappears. Voices are heard off stage of Alice's dad, mom, sister, and friend. Alice, why can't you listen to us when you're told, young lady?
Alice, please. You're making us very sad. You think of no one but yourself. You cannot expect us to take this sitting down. We are your mother and father, and we want what's best for you.
No, you don't. All you want to do is put me in your little bubble of priorities. It's boring and no fun at all.
Sister, why can't we ever get along? I know I'm the eldest, but I do love you. Why can't you see that?
You don't love me. You and your high society tastes are always too good for me.
No, what at all.
Well, then, you shouldn't talk.
See, Alice, we're all trying to have fun, and you're always ruining the constant fussiness. We don't know it all.
That's because you don't know enough. I have improved your silly game. I grow tired of playing with you.
You're so obsessed with the things that make no sense at all. Stop daydreaming all the time. It's unhealthy, Alice.
Nonsense is far better than anything you've been telling me. I can daydream if I want to.
You can't just go throughout your life playing games of fantasy and grandeur. You make time at no time at all for those who care deeply for you. You need to grow up.
I don't want to grow up. Grown-ups are so dull. You have no fun at all.
To us, just because doesn't mean you can demean your own sibling.
I am prettier than you. You just can't admit it.
Stop it! I don't want to play with you, Alice. You're horrid.
And you all are a bunch of fuddy-duddies.
You're a stubborn.
Such stubborn girls.
I'm not stubborn. You all are. Oh, Dinah, it's awful dreadful. They'll never understand me. Oh, you wicked, wicked little thing. Really, we really ought to have taught you better manners. That's all I hear from my parents. They never talk about what I want. And my sister is no help either. She always wants me to be just like her. I'm nothing like her. She constantly is bombarding me with all her talks on proper etiquette. And then there are my so-called friends. It's not my fault I know so much and so little. I know so much about things that nobody else cares for. Well, I care for them, even if I have to care for them all by myself. Oh, I wish there was a way I could escape from all this. No more manners, no more rules, and no more sense. Wait, yes, that's it, Dinah. If I had a world of my own, everything would be nonsense. Nothing would be what it is because everything would be what it isn't. And contrast, whatever it would be, it wouldn't be. And whatever it wouldn't be, it'd be. Don't you see, Dinah? Well, if only there was such a place existed. I would give anything to go to that place.
As curious and confused as ever, with a hardest yet light feather.
Rosaline, are you getting too close to the mic? I hate to interrupt you.
No,
It
sir.
keeps warbling. I'm sorry.
No, sir.
You
Let's
try
go.
to back up just a hair. We'll start back at 53. We'll edit that out later. So
Predictably rash, curious, and confused, with brain hard as steel, yet light as a feather. Come to us. I'll show you the true measure of your madness.
it's better.
What was that, do you suppose? I wonder there. It's coming. Oh, dear.
Alice jumps with surprise to see the cat leaning against a tree, just looking at her and smiling.
Hello, Alice.
The cat jumps in front of Alice and just looks at her and continues to smile. Alice backs up a bit.
Why, you know my name, but I've never met you before. Whatever is you are.
Of course you haven't. Just met. Makes you wonder why I know your name, doesn't it?
Well, yes, it does make me wonder.
Wonder. I couldn't help but listen to yourself talking to your delightful friend about something truly sorrowful.
Oh?
Anyways, no one judge, and you after all, you haven't asked your mother.
Are you a cat?
Cheshire cat, my dear, but you hate yourself. Now let's not dwindle on such boring topics. Let's talk about you. That is what you like, isn't it?
Well,
I were to tell you, I'd help with your problem.
what do you mean?
Can exactly what you want and escape from very where everyone does nothing but pester you and tell you what to do. That sound wonderful?
71.
No, I'm sorry.
No problem.
It does actually, but I don't see how anyone could possibly.
Who's to say that things are possible? I deal in the things that are indeed impossible. I'm not one for giving things out for free. A free sample merely shows you the possibility of utter disappointment. So why
That's
don't
your
we
sweet
cut?
spot right there, Rosalind. Stay with it. The mic right there.
So why don't we cut a little deal?
A deal?
Yes. Now here's the deal. I will give you your world of nonsense where you never have to be a part of societal norms ever again. In exchange, I'll take one thing from you. Think of it as a trade.
Well, what will you take from me?
Oh, just a token, merely a trifle. You won't even miss it.
Dang it, what number?
Line
77.
77.
Thank you. Oh, well, as long as it's nothing important, like my hair or my shoes or even my fancy dresses. A girl like me always needs to make a good appearance. I need those things, you know. One cannot possibly live without those necessities.
I understand. Have we got a deal?
79.
No, my phone keeps. I don't see how you can do anything, but I've never seen a cat that can smile, so it may be possible.
Nothing's impossible, Alice. Now listen, this is important. In a few moments, a right rabbit will appear in a hurry. Follow it.
Don't you mean white rabbit?
What are you talking about? What rabbit? Oh, never mind. Just be on the lookout for that right rabbit and follow it urgently. You'll know it when you see it. It's wearing a waistcoat. Ta-ta, Alice. I'm sure we'll meet again soon. Remember, never to look back, always or look forward back. What dread.
And the cat walks away from Alice, not turning his head until he's off stage.
So strange. I didn't know cats could smile, nor did I think there would be white rabbits with waistcoats. Oh, excuse me, right rabbits.
Suddenly, from the other side of the stage, the cat, disguised as the white rabbit, runs around the stage for a bit, looking frantically at his watch now and again.
Whiskers, I'm late.
A waistcoat and a watch. Most curious. No, Dine. Stay here. I'll be back shortly. I hope Mr. Rabbit. Wait! Where are you going?
The white rabbit speeds past Alice in a flash and makes his way to the other side of the stage.
No, I'm overdue. I'm really due. No. Oh,
The white rabbit dives into the stage left as if diving into a hole. Alice runs to the far stage left and kneels down as if looking into a hole and begins to crawl into it. The stage blacks out as Alice speaks.
He must have gone down there. But what a peculiar thing to hide. It's not very deep. Wait. Yes, it is very. I feel like I'm falling. Ah!
Stop daydreaming, Alice.
It's time to grow up.
why can't you understand? You're all so stubborn.
So stubborn. So stubborn. So stubborn.
A shattered mirror can be reassembled.
A little paste and a lot of patience make all the difference, though perhaps not in this case. As the stage is still black, trees are wheeled into position along with the door from the beginning. A loud thump is heard and the lights go up, revealing Alice on the ground.
Oh dear me. I must have fallen a long time to have landed so softly. After this I shall think nothing of falling downstairs. No time for that. Now, where is that rabbit? He couldn't have gone far. I wonder where exactly I am. Have I landed where people walk upside down? Oh, that's just silly. Oh, I feel so strange. What happened to me? That fall really shook me up.
The cat walks behind her without realizing and stands there as she talks.
You are much more than shaken up, or perhaps you're less now that you have finished your fall. Some things are meant to be lost if they are not understood. I did just say we would meet again, and I am a cat of my word.
Alice jumps at the cat's line and backs up a bit.
So what are you saying? What's going on? Where am I?
Figured it out yet? Oh, this is absolutely marvelous. You're making it easy for me.
Wait a minute. You know exactly what I lost and you know where I am? Tell me right now. This is becoming very uncomfortable very fast.
Why, Alice, you have such a I would you, my child, are in Wonderland. As a cat of my word, I have given you the haven of kingdom of crazy, the world of nothing more than the maddest.
It sounds like a rather silly place. The deal is off, Cat. I have no more time to waste. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be taking my leave by walking from this dream.
You think this is a dream? Now that is crazy to say. You're going to it's fine.
Alice goes to the door and tries to open it, but it seems to be locked.
Open this door, Cat.
And why would I do that? It actually pains me to tell you that I cannot open it, nor would I want to. You cannot leave, not now.
And why not?
You cannot leave because you have lost something that is indeed irreplaceable. Without it, you cannot possibly live.
Well, go on. What is it?
You already know what you have lost, or perhaps you are too ignorant and childish to see what it is that you have lost. Listen deep within you and tell me what you do not hear anymore. Try finding the beat to the rhythm if you catch my drift. Oh, I do hope it's nothing not worth losing, as you've said many times.
My heart. I can't feel my heart beat.
Cat not.
What did you do?
Don't you remember our deal? I got what I wanted from you the moment you fell into that rabbit hole. And now this world is made because of your sacrifice. Love is now nothing but a stranger to you. Not that it mattered much to you anyways. I bet it feels so liberating to know that you have no need to feel love. So sit back and relax. You have what you wanted, and so do I. The train is coming with its shiny cars, comfy seats and wheels of stars. So hush, my little one, have no fear. The man in the moon is the engineer.
No, this isn't. You better tell me where my heart is right now.
Oh, no. I can't do that. That isn't how deals work, Alice.
You're nothing but a cheeky cat. I want my heart back now.
Why?
Because Because, well, I don't know. That's why. Now give it back.
Well, since you asked so politely, how badly do you want it back?
I'll pull that smile right off your face if you don't tell me.
The cat stands and ponders a bit just to get Alice more riled up, with her demanding for her heart back.
Tell you what? How about a little game?
A game? What kind of game?
This world of yours is your game field. Somewhere deep within it, I have hidden what if you find precious to you, I'll let you go home. But if you cannot find it and the provide, then you have to stay here forever.
And how much time do I have?
I think I'll keep that information to myself, just to keep you on edge.
But why? You're being so unfair.
In here, there's no such thing as fair. Not in this world. There's no sense here. You learn that. It might accept my terms. What? You trap me with me, please?
All right, fine. I'll play your odious game only because I want to go home.
You want to? Now hurry along through that door. Your precious treasure. People, only few find the way, and some don't even recognize it when they do. Some don't ever want to. Let your need be your behavior. Suppress your instinct to lead and pursue the rabbit.
The cat walks through the door himself and proceeds to transform into the rabbit again. Alice appears on stage again from the opposite side of the cat. Scene 3.
Oh, this is useless. I have absolutely no idea where to go or where to look. And that cat, oh, that cat. I'll give him a good kick if I see him again.
I'm late.
The rabbit. Oh, Mr. Rabbit, wait. Drat, I'll never catch him at this rate.
Alice runs around to the other side of the stage. The cat is TweedleDum and TweedleDee is standing on stage perfectly still behind her. 166.
I wonder if he's hiding. Maybe in here? No. Oh, my, what curious figures.
The Tweedles jump as Alice is examining their collars, and she gets started by.
If you think your wax works, you ought to pay, you know.
Tweedles nudge each other each time they finish a line of dialogue.
Contrary-wise, if you think we're real, you ought to speak to us. That's logic.
176.
I'm very sorry, but
TweedleDum begins to recite with TweedleDee as if Alice had not spoken at all.
TweedleDum and TweedleDee agreed to have a battle.
TweedleDum and TweedleDee had spoiled his nice new rabbit.
I really don't understand, but I must.
Just then flew down a monstrous crow, as black as tar barrel,
which frightened both the heroes so.
They quite forgot their quarrel.
That's quite a little story for a couple of siblings, I guess.
I know what you're talking about, but it isn't no how.
Contrary-wise, if it was so, it might be. And if it were so, it would be. But if it isn't, it ain't.
That's
logic.
Well, if that's all, I must go now.
You're beginning backwards.
The first thing in a visit is to say,
in the Tweedle's way, wagging Alice's arms wildly around and hop around her a little bit as they do their little number.
How
do
do
you
you
do?
do? And shake hands, shake hands, shake hands. How do you
how do
do?
you
And
do?
shake
And shake
hands.
hands.
State your name and business. That's manners.
Really? Well, my name is Alice, and I'm looking for my...
You like recitation?
Well, yes, I do, but
What shall I repeat to her?
How about the walrus and the carpenter? That's a good one.
Perfect.
But wait, I don't want...
Sit down now. This will be a real treat for you. Let's begin.
The Tweedles push her into a seat and stand at center stage as they begin their story. Spotlight shines on the Tweedles.
The sun was shining on the sea, shining with all its might.
He did his very best to make the billows smooth and bright.
And this was odd because it was
The middle of the night.
night. The walrus and the carpenter were walking close at hand.
They wept like anything to see such qualities of sand.
If this were only cleared away, they said, it surely will be grand.
For Mrs. Walrus, the carpenter said, my mind begins to perk. We'll sweep this clear in half the year if you don't mind doing the work.
The time has come, the walrus said, to talk of other things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax and cabbages and kings, and why the sea is boiling hot and where the pigs have wings. Calloo, Calais, no work today with the cabbages and kings.
Scuff.
There's a bad echo.
Yeah, we got a reverb.
I
Where's
think
that
it's
coming
Mark.
from? Mark, can you mute? Let's mute Mark and see if we can figure this out. It sounds all right because it's Alice in Wonderland, but let's get a sound check with Mark. Busy. Check. Check.
Check.
Check. Check. Okay, it is Mark. Busy? Are you there? I'm not sure where Izzy is.
Yeah, I'm here.
Check.
I just have
Check.
to. It's Mark's. There's
Okay,
something
what do we
playing in
need?
the background.
Check.
I can't do anything when it's that.
Check. Yeah, it's definitely coming from Mark.
Something
Well, Mark,
on
we'll
in the
just mute.
background.
Mark, we'll just mute you when you're not speaking. Then Tweedles act as if a group of oysters are coming to their feet.
Oh, oysters, come and walk with us, the walrus did beseech. A pleasant walk, a pleasant talk along the briny beach. We cannot do with more than 4 to give us a hand to each. But Mother Oyster winked her eye and shook her heavy head, meaning to say she did not choose to leave the oyster bed.
Our 4 young oysters hurried up, all eager for the treat. Their coats were brushed, their faces washed, their shoes were clean and neat. And this was odd because, you know,
They hadn't any feet. 4 other oysters followed them, and yet another 4 and thick and fast they came at last, and more and more and more, all hopping through the frothy waves and scrambling to the shore.
The Tweedles march around and look back as if the oysters were following them. When they get off stage and on nom nom is heard, the Tweedles come back with a handkerchief in hand.
Said, I deeply sympathize, for I've enjoyed your company much more than you realize.
And sobs and tears he snorted out those of the largest size, holding his pocket handkerchief before his streaming eyes.
Oh, oyster, said the carpenter, you've had a pleasant run. Shall we be trotting home again? But other than but an answer there came none, and there was scarcely odd, because
They'd eaten.
yes,
Everyone. Diane.
the end.
That was a very sad story. But I like the walrus best because, you see, he was a little sorry for the poor oysters.
He ate more than.
Oh, then I like the carpenter best.
But he ate as many as he could get. This is what happens when two of a pair fights to see who can be better than the other one.
Did you know that I'm the best, brother?
Keep that up, and I'll knock your block off.
Oh, yes, I see.
PD 238 muted.
Would you like another one?
Oh, no, I couldn't ask for...
You are old Father William. First verse. You are old Father William, the young man said, and your hair has become very white. And yet you incessantly stand on your head. Do you think at your age it is right?
Son, I'd do it again, and again, and again, and again.
What two fighting siblings or friends don't know is that not one is right and not one is wrong. Turns out that they are both rather stupid to start fighting in the first place.
The stage trees move around again. Scene 4.
Marianne! Oh, Marianne! Drat! Where is that girl? Marianne!
The rabbit! Oh, Mr. Rabbit! I need your help. Could you please?
The white rabbit is looking around while Alice is talking. Once he sees her, he stomps over to her very crossly.
What, Marianne? What are you doing out here?
Marianne?
And the rabbit starts shoving her to the other side of the stage in a hurry.
Just stand there. No. Get my gloves.
But I need you to tell me.
My gloves at once. Wait, drink this. Now go. Go, do you hear?
Goodness, I suppose I'll be taking orders from Dinah next.
Alice exits.
Dinah, you're quite the precious friend to her, aren't you? It's amazing that you listen to her. She's quite the beastly girl. I suppose she has to have some friends to listen to her selfish problems. I do envy you. Now, let's see. Yes, that should be enough of an adjustment. The whole world is quite vast to man, but the humble hill is the universe to the comprehension of a blossom. Everyone knows that.
The cat runs off stage chuckling to himself. And Alice appears and A group of talking flowers standing perfectly still as if they were ordinary flowers. When Alice mentions seeing a bug, she will look as if it is flying around her head as the buzzing sound effect is played. Scene 5.
Oh dear. Now where do you suppose I am? Wait a minute. Have I? Well, now I know how ants feel when he's off on. I know how an ant feels when he's off to make his queen happy with a crumb of bread. But I can't go on the search as small as this. Well, what am I to do? Oh, look at that. It's a curious butterfly.
Bread and butterfly, you mean?
Oh, who do you suppose that was? Oh, that's a horsefly. A rocking horsefly.
Naturally.
I beg your pardon? But what did you... Oh, nonsense. Flowers can't talk.
But of course we can talk, my dear.
There's anyone worth talking to.
Or about?
Can all flowers talk?
As well as you can, and a great deal louder.
You can learn a lot of things from flowers, you know. We are prone to hear many things, given that most don't realize we can hear them. Leads to much gossip, that's for sure.
Really? Like what?
Well, bread and butterflies kiss the tulips only in the month of June.
Tiger lilies love the dandelions in the spring. That is, if the dandelion doesn't shed that year.
There are dogs and caterpillars and a copper centipede.
Daisies are lazy in the summer sun.
And violets are shy around their buds.
And don't even get us going on about those dizzy daffodils.
That's amazing. I shall have debates with my mother poses when I get home. Oh, my mother.
Alice, please. You're making me very sad.
Seek and ye shall find, as they say, but they never say what you'll find.
What kind of a garden do you come from?
Oh, I'm not from a garden.
Do you suppose she's a wildflower?
Oh, I'm not a wildflower.
Of what species, or shall we say, genus, are you, my dear?
I guess you could say that I'm a genius humanist, Alice.
Have you ever seen an Alice with bloom like that?
Come to think of it, have you ever seen an Alice?
And did you notice her petals? What a peculiar color.
And no fragrance.
Oh, and just look at those stems.
Rather scrawny, I'd say.
But I'm not a flower.
Aha! Just as I suspected. She's nothing more than a common mobile vulgaris.
Oh, no!
Alice,
a common
what?
what?
To put it bluntly, a weed.
I am not a weed.
Well, you wouldn't expect her to admit it.
Can you imagine? Heavens. Goodness,
Nasty,
don't let us
nasty
stay
things.
here. Nasty, nasty.
Goodness.
No, we don't want you in our bed. Go on now, Shoo. Shoo.
Shoo!
Go away.
Go away!
Well, fine, if that's how you really feel. But if I were my right size, I'd pick every one of you. That'd teach you. You can learn a lot of things from the flowers. I suppose they could learn a thing or two about manners.
Smoke begins to appear, and the caterpillar is seen smoking and singing on top of a mushroom. Alice goes up to him and sits on a mushroom beside the one the caterpillar is on to listen.
A puff of passion. A scent of sorrow. Will the sun bask in the valley of tomorrow? A whiff of woe and a jolt of joy. Great hookah, spring forth your songs to employ. Who are you?
I hardly know, sir. Just at present. At least I know who I was when I got up this morning.
What
But
do you mean by that? Explain yourself.
I can't explain myself. I'm afraid, sir, because I'm not myself, you see?
I do not see.
I am afraid I can't put it more clearly, for I understand it myself to begin with being the same one moment and different the next. It's so very confusing.
It is not.
Well, it is to me.
Why?
Well, I can't remember things that I used to. And,
Recite.
oh, yes, sir. How does the busy bee improve his shining?
Stop. That is not spoken correctly. It goes like this.
When the caterpillar begins, he notices that there is no smoke coming out of his hookah. So he shakes it up. This makes Alice laugh. He begins reciting.
How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail, and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly he spreads his claws, and welcomes little fishes in with a gently smiling jaw.
Well, I must say, I've never heard it said like that before.
I know, I've improved it.
Well, if you ask me.
You? Who are you?
I told you, I don't. Oh, forget it. I'm done with this.
You, girl, wait, come back. I have something important to say.
Alice comes back in a huff to hear what the caterpillar has to say.
Well?
Keep your temper.
Is that all?
No. Exactly what is your problem?
Well, I want to get back to normal height and continue my search.
Why?
Well, 3 inches isn't a good height.
I am exactly 3 inches high, and it is a very good height indeed. One side will make you grow taller.
One side of what?
And the other side will make you grow shorter.
The other side of what?
The mushroom, of course.
And caterpillar walks off stage, leaving the hookah behind and holding his end off the ground. Alice looks at the mushroom the caterpillar had been sitting on and takes 2 pieces off.
Oh, here we are. Let me see. Which side is which? Oh, this is ridiculous. I'll just try one and be off with it. Besides, I'm tired of being 3 inches high. Oh, am I back to normal?
I
Cheshire.
find that highly doubtful.
At this rate, I shall forget what normal is. This pain I've been feeling, is this what it is like to have no heart? Shall I ever be the same again? I must hurry.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Alice exits and the Cheshire Cat comes back on stage watching her again. He's smoking the hookah of the caterpillar. It's time for you to grow up, Alice.
Yes, hurry along, dear Alice. Time is of the essence. The time has come to time yourself accordingly, and the time is drawing near. I do believe I've made quite a mess. Time is not doing its job. This doesn't come as a surprise, really. I feel that she would be delighted to see a more familiar face. Once a face meets another, that face shall never leave the mind of the beholder. Yeah, my thoughts exactly.
Alice walks on again, looking at the signs that are on the trees. She is confused since they don't just show left and right, but up, down, and any other way available. Scene 6.
Now, where am I to go? I feel like I'm just walking in circles in this crazy place. But which way is the...
The cat is singing without appearing yet. Alice can hear him and begins to be very intent in finding where he's hiding.
I recognize that voice anywhere. Show yourself, you mangy thing.
The cat appears behind her and taps her on the shoulder. This makes her jump and turn sharply to him.
Lose something?
Lose something? That's something you are referring to. Something you stole from me. If you were in my world, you would be charged indefinitely for theft.
You wouldn't be able to charge me. You wouldn't have the heart to do so. Besides, I never get involved in politics. I suppose you need some assistance if this is going to be any fun for me. You may know a lot, but as you must already know, I sure don't need a weather vane to tell where the wind blows. How about a little hint? I won't tell you where your precious treasure is.
Well, then you are no help to me. I can find it on my own.
However, I will give you a direction on where to go to get out of this wooden glen, maybe, since knowing where you're going is preferable to being lost. Ask and...
Fine, tell me.
Not until you ask politely first.
All right, Chester Cat. Would you please tell me which way I ought to go from here?
Well, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to.
I don't much care where.
And it really doesn't matter which way you go.
Well, as long as I can get somewhere.
You're sure to do that if you walk far enough.
You're enjoying this way too much.
Oh, by the way, if you'd really like to know, he went that way.
Who did?
The right wabbit.
He did?
He did what?
Go that way.
Who did?
The white rabbit.
What rabbit?
But didn't you just say... Oh, never mind. You can go now. I'm already very much on edge, as of late. No thanks to you.
Perfect. When you're not on edge, you're taking up too much space. Never let someone drive you mad. It's nearby anyways, and the walk is good for you.
Beastly thing.
However, if I were looking for a white rabbit, I'd ask the Mad Hatter. He lives that way.
A Mad Hatter? Oh, no. I don't think I would want to.
Oh, there's also the March Hare in that direction.
Oh, then I'll go visit with him then. Goodbye.
Of course, he's mad too.
But I don't want to go among mad people.
Oh, you can't help that. We're all mad here. You may have noticed that I'm not all there myself. And you're mad too, you know.
What a rude thing to say.
Good thing you're calling the kettle black. It's almost time for tea at the March Hare's residence.
And how exactly am I mad?
You must be, or you wouldn't have come here.
You made me come here.
Actually, I didn't. You came here of your own free will. You didn't have to follow that rabbit, and you didn't have to fall into that hole.
All right, fine. And how do you know we're mad minus what I've already gathered from your despicable character?
Well, when a dog growls, he's angry. And when he wags his tail, he is happy. I growl when I'm happy, and I wag my tail when I'm angry. Therefore, I'm mad.
I believe that's called purring, not growling.
Call it what you like. Now, I do believe you should be going to visit the March Hare, correct?
Well, I suppose I must. I will win this game of yours. Just you watch.
Oh, believe me, I will be.
Alice is about to walk off. The cat stops her.
Oh, but before you go, I have a question. How do you run from what's inside your head?
What are you talking about? I haven't the foggiest idea of what that means.
I thought so. Off you go now.
Alice leaves for the March Hare's house. The cat stays and leans against one of the trees and pulls out the heart and is surprised to see that it's no longer black, but now gray.
Indeed. Where to run, how to run, why to run. Well, this wasn't supposed to happen. And I had been so careful, too. Yes, too careful. Yes. Fear can make anyone do something desperate, for it is fear that will make the heart weak. And I do believe that my dear Alice is quite afraid. We shall see just how afraid you can be of your own misgivings. Beware your fear. Beware the Jabberwock, my dear. The jaws that bite, claws that catch. Beware his eyes of flame, for it is you he's come to snatch. Run, Alice, run!
A loud roar is heard off stage, along with the sound of stomping hooves. Everything fades to black. Scene 7. Lights come on to reveal the Mad Hatter, the March Hare, and the Dormouse having a tea party, singing a very merry birthday. And Alice enters as they are singing and stops to listen before approaching them.
Wake up, Dormy. It's time for the tea party.
But it's in the middle of my daily 23-hour nap. I should probably make it 24 now.
Come, let's begin. Around and round we fly.
Bring on the tea and cakes and pie.
Earl Grey and Jasmine, too.
For it's a merry birthday to you.
So pour the cups and serve the wine.
For today's the day that we shall dine.
Oolong, chamomile, and herbal brew.
Let's have a merry birthday to you.
And the Hare and the Hatter begin chatting with themselves. Their elbows are on the sleeping Dormouse.
It must be very uncomfortable for the Dormouse. Only as it sleeps, I suppose it doesn't mind.
The Hatter and the Hare hear Alice and turn swiftly to her and then start clamoring and running around to the front of the table to block her.
No room.
No vacancy.
But I thought there was plenty of room. But it doesn't matter. I haven't the time for.
Hare grabs Alice and sits her down at the head of the table.
Ah, but it's very rude to sit down when not being invited.
I'll say it's rude. It's very rude indeed.
Very, very rude indeed.
But if there's no room for me, then I must.
Have some wine.
But I don't see any wine.
There isn't any.
It's not very civilized to offer some if there isn't any.
It's not very civilized to sit when not being invited.
I'll say it's not civilized. It's very not civilized indeed. You must have a cup of tea.
Ah, yes, indeed. You must have a cup of tea.
But I'm interrupting your birthday party. I really must be.
Birthday? My child, this is not a birthday party.
Of course not. It's an unbirthday party.
Unbirthday? What is that?
Well, you see now, 30 days except on a birthday. If you have a birthday, she doesn't know what an birthday is.
You don't? Well, let me illuminate this query. Now, statistics prove if you have one birthday.
That's right, just one birthday every year.
Ah, but there are 364 unbirthdays.
This is exactly why we're here to cheer.
Oh, that makes absolutely no sense.
The Hatter pulls out a pocket watch from his hat, shakes it and dips it in his tea.
Speaking of which, what day is it?
Excuse
Speaking
me?
of which, what day is it?
Excuse me?
What day is it?
The 4th.
Ah, 2 days slow. This clock's 2 days slow.
2 days slow?
2 days slow? But why would a watch tell you what day it is instead of time?
Why not? Does your watch tell you what year it is?
No, but
Butter, of course it needs some butter.
And the Hare grabs a plate of butter, passes it to Alice, who passes it to the Hatter. He begins spreading it on his watch.
butter. But wait! You'll get crumbs all over it.
Ah, it's the very best butter. There we go. Now, what else?
Tea?
Oh, tea. I forgot about tea. Oh, Earl Grey. Good year.
But that's going to...
Yeah.
Jam. Yes, jam. Very good. Not strawberry, please.
Wait, you mustn't do that.
Sugar?
Ah, two spoons, please.
Mustard?
And the Hatter takes the mustard, but during his line, he stops and puts the mustard away and grabs a slice of lemon and squeezes it on the watch.
Mustard, yes, but mustard? Let's not be silly. Lemon, that's different. There, that should do it.
And the Hatter holds the watch in his hands, but then he starts to shake violently as if the watch was going crazy.
I know. Oh, no.
Oh, no, look at that. My goodness, oh, dear, it's going bad. The tea was too strong.
It's
It
too
might have
strong.
been the jam.
Oh,
But
it
it
might
was
have
the
been the
butter.
jam.
Mad
Oh,
watch.
butter.
Mad watch.
Mad watch. There's only one way to stop a mad watch.
And the March Hare takes out a mallet and smashes the watch on the table.
It's 2 days slow. That's what it is.
The Hatter tosses the watch to Alice. She looks at the broken thing as very annoyed.
Well, great. Now that the watch is ruined, now as much as I have loved this neglect for manners and any care for trinkets that keep time, I must...
Clean cup, move down.
The Mad Hatter grabs Alice's hand and runs around the table. The March Hare follows close behind. They end up right back in their original spots. The Dormouse stays asleep in the same chair.
Move down, move down, move down.
Goodness, you both have no manners.
Why is a raven like a writing desk?
A riddle? Now we shall have some fun. Let me see.
Ah, the Dormouse is asleep again.
And the March Hare takes one of the teapots and pours some tea on the Dormouse's nose. The Dormouse jolts and wakes up only to fall asleep again after his wine.
Of course, that's the best part.
Have you guessed the riddle yet?
I give up. What's the answer?
I haven't the foggiest idea.
You really shouldn't waste time asking riddles you don't know the answers to.
If you knew time as well as I, you wouldn't dream of wasting it. It's him.
I don't know what you mean.
Of course you don't. I dare say you've never spoken time.
Perhaps not. But I know I have to beat time when I learn music.
Ah, that accounts for it. He won't stand a beating. If you were good on terms with time, you could make an 8-hour day feel like a short 30 seconds. You wouldn't need to worry about lessons for it to be dinner time in a flash. Lessons have no importance when it's dinner time. Everyone knows that.
I can't imagine anyone wanting to do that.
I can. Lots of people wish it were so. I wish I could do it all the time, but sadly, not anymore.
Why not? Did you have a fallout with time?
Indeed, we quarreled last March, just before he went mad. It was a great concert for the Queen of Hearts, and I had to sing.
The trio starts to sing, but it's like yelling like maniacs in very poor rhythm.
The twinkle, twinkle, little bat. How I wonder where you're at. I'm sure you've heard of it.
I've heard something like it, but...
It goes on, like this. Up above the world you fly, like the tea tray in the sky. Twinkle, 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 little bat.
The trio of lunatics continue to sing Twinkle until Alice's next line.
Are you quite done?
When all of a sudden the Queen cries out, "He's murdering the time! Off with his head!"
How dreadful.
And now time won't do a thing I say. It's only 6 o'clock and we have no time to clean up the dishes between meals.
Pity.
You make no time for Alice, for people who care deeply for you.
I have an excellent idea. Let's change the subject. I vote for the lady who should tell us a story.
Oh, sure. I know a lot of wonderful stories, don't I? Oh, no. I feel as if I'm losing more and more as time goes by. It is going by, and I'm drifting, floating. Oh, this pain. I can't seem to get rid of it.
As she's saying her last line, the cat, disguised as the Hatter, looks into the heart again without her seeing him do so, since she's very lost in thought. He then puts it away to resume his role as the Hatter.
Steps to enlightenment brighten the way, but the steps are steep. Take them one at a time.
Well, if you can't make polite conversation with a story, then the Dormouse shall. Wake up,
Dormouse!
Dormouse!
The two pinch the Dormouse on both his arms and he springs away.
Uh-oh. I get the run.
Oh, 583 is quite right. I was going to remark that myself.
Tell us the story, Dormouse.
And be quick about it, otherwise you may fall asleep again.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Quite right. I was going to remark that myself.
Tell us the story, Dormouse.
Once upon a time, there were 3 sisters whose names were Elsie, Lacey, and Tilly. And they lived at the bottom of a well.
What did they live on?
They lived on treacle.
They couldn't have done that. They would have gotten ill.
So they were very, very ill.
And the Hatter jumps in Alice's face with a teapot and a cup. Alice leans back a bit.
Would you like some more tea?
I hadn't had any, so I can't possibly take more.
Ah, you mean you can't take less?
That's right, you can always take more than nothing.
So these 3 sisters were learning to draw.
What did they draw?
Treacle. They also drew things that began with the letter M.
Why with the letter M?
Why not?
They drew things such as mousetraps, the moon, muchness. I'm sure you've seen much of muchness, such as the drawing of muchness. Haven't you?
Now you ask me? I don't think.
Then you shouldn't talk.
And as the Hatter says his line, the sound of her family is heard along with him. Alice pauses before saying her next line to process what she's heard.
We are your mother and father,
No,
and we will not take this sitting down.
That's it. I've had enough with you lunatics. I'm leaving.
As Alice is leaving, the Mad Hatter and the March Hare begin placing the teapot on the Dormouse's head, laughing like maniacs. Intermission.
This has got to be the stupidest tea party I've. Oh, sorry.
No problem. And the sun is now very dark as Alice continues her search. The sounds of different creatures can be heard, including the sound of the Jabberwock. Scene 8. Line 621. 621. Line 621. Alice. You there, Alice? Relax. Line 621. I believe we may have lost Alice. Niz, you there?
I'm here. Let me go for it. I don't suppose this could be the way out. Or maybe that way. That noise. It's following me. No, I must calm down. Oh, it's useless. I'm lost again. This is awful. What if I never find my... What was I looking for again? No, I can't even remember what I was doing in this place. And what if I never get out? Shall I never see my family again? Oh, that noise! What is it? And why am I so intent on running from my family again? Oh, it sounds so nasty. Well, I guess I may have been a little nasty as well to my family. Maybe I only wanted my own way and never stopped to reason. Maybe they were just trying to advise me on what the right thing to do is. But I give myself good advice all the time. Things like, if you hold a red-hot poker for too long, you'll surely get burnt. Or if you cut yourself with a knife deep enough, you'll bleed. And especially if you drink from a bottle marked poison, it is almost certain to disagree with you sooner or later. Even if I gave myself all the advice in the world, I'd very seldom follow it. I guess that's how I always get into trouble. I'm here because I wanted to be. Well, you got what you wanted, didn't you, Alice? I want to see my family again, don't I? I can't even remember what they look like. It's that horrid cat's fault. No, I can't give in now. Pull yourself together, Alice. There'll be no crying. Shame on you.
Confront what frightens or offends you. Reckless or insulting talk should never go unchallenged.
Alice wipes the tears out of her eyes. The White Knight rides on stage on a stick horse and constantly falls off it. He's wearing a helmet when he calls to Alice. Oi, oi, check.
What number?
You there, me lady? 631.
Thank you.
You there, me lady? 6:31. You there, Aja?
Do you not hear me?
I hear you now. It's
Oh, hush.
6:31.
A white knight? Perhaps you have come to my rescue.
Hey, that would be correct. Oof, I think. Now if I could just find my way back myself.
You probably can't see where you're going. Would you mind removing your helmet so that I may see my rescuer's face?
Certainly. The knight removes his helmet to reveal his face. It is the cat's face, and at first Alice seems to recognize him, but then soon forgets as if something compelled her to forget.
Huh? The cat?
Well, oh, I think I'm maybe a cat. Well, I may have been one when I had my milk at the morning brunch. Did I have lunch today? I swear it's as if I can't remember the morning routine. For what day is it in these days, the 5th or the 4th? $6:40. Alice, 6:40. Alice, 6:40. Hit it, Miss.
Oh, great. Another loony with no idea of where or who he is.
You calling a loony, me lady? That is quite untrue. I am captain of the guard to the heart of kings and queens.
A queen. I haven't met any queens here yet, but perhaps the Queen of Hearts might know where my...
But let's not dwell on that. Do you know what this is? A white knight takes out a beehive from his satchel.
Yes?
It's my latest invention. If I hang it on a tree, bees should nest in it, or birds, possibly weasels.
I doubt it.
Have you seen this before, me lady? The knight pulls out a mousetrap and holds it close to Alice's face. She steps back with worry that it will snap.
Yes,
It's a mousetrap. This will help the bees keep the mice away, or the mice keep the bees away, vice versa. I never thought about that yet.
If you're done rambling, tell me more about this queen you spoke of.
Oh, the queen. Oh, yes, the greatest and loudest monarch of all the land. Hearts are her thing, so don't take them lest you want her to take your head as a trade. All ways are her ways. She knows everything and nothing at the same time. Her tarts are the most delicious morsels in all the land.
Do you think she may know where my heart is? I know that sounds silly, but you probably are used to things sounding silly.
You lost your what? Well, my lady, for someone to have lost something that precious, you must be a nervous wreck.
Well,
The sound of the Jabberwocky can be heard faintly. Alice is startled by it. Always talk of things that make no sense, Alice. Oh, goodness me, lady, we must be on our way. The Queen's croquet match is almost about to begin, and you must be in attendance at once. I shall lead you out of the woods and into the Queen's garden. You're on your way afterwards. Quick onward, milady. Ho, 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 ho. The white knight grabs Alice's hand and runs off with her on stage. Before they get off stage, the knight falls over again. Rolling her eyes, Alice picks him back up again and the two head off. The trees won't move on around. They now have white roses that are slightly painted red on certain parts. 4-card soldiers are singing as they are painting the roses red. Alice comes on stage to see their work. See
All day and
All
night,
day and night we
the
paint
white
the white off
off
with the crimson red.
We cannot sleep.
eat.
But many tears were shed.
Yet we know.
They'll never grow. At least that's what we said.
All day and night we fix our plate and paint the roses red.
The card 2 accidentally bumps into card 3. A little bit of paint splashes in it. The other 2 cards, Ace and 4, giggle to each other like kids on a playground.
Look out now, 2. Don't go splash paint all over me like that.
I couldn't help it. The ace jogged my elbow.
That's right, 2. Always lay blame on others.
You better not talk. I heard the queen say only yesterday you deserved to be beheaded.
What for?
That's none of your business, 4.
Yes, it is his business, and I'll tell him. It was for bringing the cooked tulip fruits instead of onions.
Well, of all the unjust things.
That's enough out of both of you, seriously. I'd rather get my head removed than have to listen to y'all bickering.
But pardon me, why Mr. 3? Why must you paint the roses red?
Huh? Oh!
Well, you see, the fact is, miss, we planted white roses by mistake, and the queen,
the vicious queen,
her
her roses must be red.
If these are white,
Yeah, shiny.
She'll lop off all our heads.
Goodness.
So don't just
stand there. Hear our plea. Shave our heads and paint with glee.
Alice picks up a bucket of paint and a brush to try and help the card painters out. Darius, let me help you out.
From bush to bush
Again.
and hedge to hedge, our brushes swiftly flow from white to red.
that's what we said.
These roses are sure to go. So hurry on and quickly now. No dreamings in your head. We must not dilly.
Or dally today.
We're painting the roses red.
We're painting the roses red.
Trumpet sounds, and the 4 painters go running in all different directions in a panic.
The queen for the queen.
The queen.
A line of card soldiers march to the front of the stage in a synchronized fashion. They march for a bit, then circle around the back of the stage, standing at attention when the next line is called out by one of the captain's voice. The painters and Alice lay on the ground in reverence. Alt, sound off.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check.
The White Rabbit, who appears in a page uniform with a scroll in his hand. The cat's tail can be seen by Alice. Goodness.
It's the rabbit. Wait. Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay. I don't know why it keeps fading. I don't know. I think when I'm going back and forth from the script, because I told you I'm sorry. I know. one phone.
728.
Yeah. It's the rabbit. Wait, was that his tail? I just saw. No, it couldn't be.
Her Imperial Highness, her Excellency, her Grace, her Royal Majesty, the Queen of Hearts.
One of the beauties of live theater. Hey, we're human, after all. And all the cards cheer loudly as the queen appears. The king nudges the rabbit and points to himself. Smaller cheers heard.
Yay.
The queen then walks over to the painted roses sinisterly and then turns to the cards we're painting.
Who's been painting my roses red? Who's been painting my roses red? Come clean right now. I'll show you how. I'll take your stupid head. Someone must dread what I've said for painting the whole of the royal flower bed. Well?
Oh no, Your Majesty, please. It's all her fault.
Not me, Your Grace. Stace.
You? No, two. The deuce, you say?
Not me, the three.
That's enough. Off with the heads.
The soldiers cheer as the four painters are carried off stage by a couple of the card soldiers.
Off with the heads. Off with the heads.
Off with the
Silence!
The heads.
Silence!
The soldiers jump at the queen's line and huddle up around each other in fear. They get out of the way for the queen and king to see Alice. Pick it up, Nez, if she don't come in.
Oh, please, Your Majesty. They were just trying to... And who is this?
Well, let's see who it is, my dear. It certainly isn't a heart. Do you suppose it's a club?
Why, it's a little girl. Yes. You see, I was hoping if you could... Look up. Speak nicely. And don't twiddle your fingers. Turn out your toes. Curtsy. Open your mouth a little wider and always say, "Yes, Your Majesty." Yes, Your Majesty. Now, where do you come from and where are you going? Well, Your Majesty, I was trying to find my way. Your way? Oh, don't be silly. In case you haven't heard, always here are my ways. Yes, I know. But I was just thinking. Curtsy while you're thinking. It saves time. Yes, Your Majesty. Now, if I may ask, I'll ask the questions. Can you do addition? I'm sorry. What? What's 1 and 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 1? I don't know. I lost count.
Oh, she can't do addition.
Can you do subtraction? Take 9 from 8. 9 from... I can't, you know, but...
She can't do subtraction. Oh, goodness.
Can you do division? Divide a loaf with a knife. I suppose... Time's up! It's obviously bread and butter.
Correct, my dear.
We are through with lessons. Time for something different. Do you play croquet? A little bit, but let the games begin!
Scene 10.
Places, everyone. Hurry.
The soldiers scurry around the stage, grouping in twos to make arches for the game. The card soldier brings out 2 balls and 2 flamingos to the queen and Alice. The queen takes the first shot and totally misses, but the crowd cheers for her. Alice takes a shot, but everybody boos her until she actually makes a shot. The queen orders off with her head to the one card that cheers for her.
Off with his head!
Off with his head, off with his head. By order of the king, you heard what she said.
And while the queen takes her next turn, the cat appears and motions for Alice. Alice, in a huff, stomps over to him. In her huff, the sound of the Jabberwock can be heard faintly.
Psst, I say, how are you getting on?
That's quite enough of that, cat. I'm the one asking the questions this time. What exactly have you been doing this whole time? As far as I know, you never show up unless you intend to. But I may have seen you more than just those times, haven't I?
Whatever do you mean? I've just been minding my own business, like any cat would do.
Are you sure? Because I'm starting to believe that you have a much bigger part in this game. Wouldn't you agree?
Beg pardon?
I said, who are you talking to? Oh, the Cheshire Cat, Your Majesty. Cat? What? Where? Right there. Huh? There he is again. I'm warning you, child, if I lose my temper, you'll lose your head. Understand? Yes, Your Majesty. All this yelling has made me hungry. Bring me my tarts!
The tarts, hurry now, by order of the king.
Card 1 brings out a tray of tarts and places them on a stand. The queen goes off to take her next turn. When the cat sees the tarts, sneaks on over and eats them up, except for one. He goes back to Alice again.
You know, we could make her really angry. Shall we try?
Wait. Did you? You didn't. The tarts, someone's stolen the tarts. What? Who dares take my delicious tarts,
The queen starts sniffing like a dog. She soon approaches Alice and the cat. As the queen's closing in on the cat and Alice, the cat places the tart in Alice's hands and disappears during his next line.
Hungry? Here you are. Bye.
Wait! No, I didn't. Aha! Oh, hello, Your Majesty. Someone's head's going to roll for this. Yours! Oh no! Please, I didn't. Off with up!
Wait, consider, my dear, shouldn't she have a trial first?
Trial?
Just a small trial,
Oh, very well. Let the trial commence.
The card soldiers move the trees off stage, bring in a raised platform with 2 chairs for the king and queen. Alice is moved to the side and a chair for the guilty party. The other card soldiers stand on one side of the stage and act as a jury. The bailiff makes his way in a powdered wig towards the king's side of the platform. Scene 11, PD, the bailiff.
Your Royal Majesty, members of the jury, loyal subjects, and the king. The prisoner at the bar is charged with thievery of the queen's delicious tarts, thereby willfully starving, tormenting, and otherwise annoying our beloved.
Don't mind all that. Get to the part where I lose my temper.
Thereby causing the queen to lose her temper.
Now then, are you ready for your sentence? Sentence? But there needs to be a verdict first. Sentence first, verdict afterwards. That's not the way. Always are. Your ways, Your Majesty. Thank you. Off with up.
Consider, my dear, we've called no witnesses. Couldn't we hear maybe 1 or 2?
Oh, very well. But get on with it.
First witness, first witness.
The Tweedle brothers.
The cat disguises himself as the Tweedles quickly, proceeds to the witness stand. Alice sees the process of the cat disappearing and the Tweedles appearing. She seems very suspicious.
And what do you know about this dreadful occurrence?
When the Tweedles answer, we hear the dialogue of Alice's sister. This acts as a memory to Alice. What they actually say is nothing.
Sister, why can't we ever get along? I know I'm the eldest, but I do love you. Why can't you see that?
What did you say?
Nothing. We said nothing.
Nothing whatever?
Nothing whatever.
That's very important. Jury, write that down. Very unimportant, Your Majesty means. Silence!
Next witnesses.
The Mad Hatter, March, Hare, and the Dormouse.
The Tweedles run off the stage and the cat transforms again into the Mad Hatter and accompanies the Hare and Dormouse. The cat's tail is visible to Alice again.
Wait a minute. There's that tail again. Did he... Off with your hat!
Oh my goodness, please, I'm a poor man.
Very sleepy.
And I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be.
What do you know about this?
Again, when the Hatter speaks, we hear the dialogue of Alice's mother and father as another memory.
You think of no one but yourself. You cannot expect us to take this sitting down. We are your mother and father, and we want what's best for you.
Why can't you listen when you are spoken to, young lady?
There it is again. Hold on a minute. Silence!
What?
What do you know about this?
You twinkle, little bat. How I wonder what you're at.
That's the most important evidence we've heard yet. Write that down.
The March Hare and the Dormouse leave the witness stand, but the Mad Hatter stays.
Please bring in the final witness.
Every picture tells a story. Sometimes we don't like the ending. Sometimes we can't understand it.
Now hold on a moment. People, creatures, everything that I've been seeing must have been...
The Cheshire Cat.
The cat takes off his Mad Hatter guise and presents himself to the court. Alice, so appalled at the trickery she has gone through, leaves the bar to confront the cat at the witness stand. The cat does not move. In fact, he welcomes her confrontation.
You. It was you. You're the one behind all this. The people, the world, everything has been nothing but your cheeky tricks.
It took you that long to figure that out. You are more stupid than I thought. But it doesn't matter. Your time is up. We made a deal, Alice. And believe me, you'll find my commitment to a deal to be almost disturbing.
Oh, no, it can't be.
The Jabberwocky's roars, heard faintly but not too faint.
You look nervous, afraid even. Are you quite all right? Or maybe you've now come to realize that you can run from strangers. You can run from beasts and nasty things. But the one thing that you cannot run from is yourself. That thing you've been hearing is none other than what you have become. All your fears, all your doubts, all of your ignorance and attitude. That is what lies within that darkness. The Jabberwock is you.
No, it can't be.
She
I'm
admits
that
it.
monster?
Sorry, she admits it. Guilty.
Guilty! Yes, the prisoner's guilty. Off with a... Shut up, you fat, pompous, bad-tempered old tyrant.
Oh.
The Jabberwocky's roars at its loudest. Alice clasped her hands on her mouth, horrified at what she had just said in a fit of anger.
What did you just call me?
Well, she simply said that you're a fat, pompous, bad-tempered old tyrant.
Off with her head!
Scene 12. Stage goes black. Sounds could be heard of a chase ensuing and the queen yelling, "Don't let her get away! Off with her head!" Cards then start cheering quietly, off, with her head, over and over again. Stage lights up to see Alice coming on to where the cat is. She is out of breath for a moment during the cat's line.
Leaving so soon, Alice? Too bad you don't have this.
That is it, isn't it?
You are correct, but it doesn't matter. You have lost. You have feasted on your last taunt. Now it is time to pay.
No, I couldn't have lost. No.
The unstable are more than merely mad. They have other parts. You didn't think I wouldn't deprive you of what's left of your deranged soul. Now the door is locked. It will never open. There is no key.
Oh no, this can't be real. This has to be a nightmare.
Alice falls to her knees.
You should feel grateful to me. I set you free from everything you hated. Nagging parents, an annoying sister, and boring friends. I gave it all to you, yet you constantly wanted to leave. You tried to hold on to whatever you wanted to let go of. You've always worn a mask of your insecurities. Now, you can never hide what you are, and you shall linger here forever. Off with her head.
The mob is now circled close around Alice and the cat. Alice stands up from her sobbing as the chanting is as loud as ever.
Enough!
Everyone except for Alice and the cat freezes in place.
What?
Now I understand. You know why a mother tells her child not to play in the street or not to touch a burning candle? A child doesn't get it the first time, but then that child soon realizes the danger of doing such things. That child sees that her mother was looking out for her baby. I am that foolish child, aren't I? And now I know that it wasn't my heart that I was looking for. It was my love. My love for my family and friends. That beast you sent after me wasn't really there. And yet it was. I was running from something. It was my fear of myself. I was my own monster, like you said. But not anymore. I've seen the error of my ways. I've seen the many tears that I've made my mother shed. I feel so horrid to put my parents through such anguish. My heart was always with me. It was my love for those that I truly care about that you took from me. I need those feelings back because I need them to help me grow. They are my precious treasures, each of them are. May I please have that which belongs to me?
Alice reaches out her hand to the cat. The cat, with much reluctance, places the heart in her hands. Hands empty, he gives a flick of the wrist, and all the other characters leave the stage. The trays are rolled away, and the door at the beginning is brought back to the stage. His face has a great disappointed frown upon it.
Checkmate. Funny how my intentions got the better of me. Curiosity did kill the cat, but it makes the Cheshire cat wiser. But not this time.
Wait, that was it? All I had to do was...
I did say repeatedly that you needed to ask politely, didn't I? I suppose it's for the best. Now, get out. The door will now open. Feel free to drop by. Oh, wait. That would mean you'd have to see me again. That's probably the last thing on your mind right now, isn't it?
Alice giggles, steps to the door. Cat sits down on the center stage to mope. Alice walks back to the cat for some final words.
You know, it may have been a very distressing journey, and you had no intention of letting me go, but thanks to you, I was able to realize how much of a fool I've been to my loved ones. So, thank you.
Alice pets the cat like a normal cat.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
And Alice is about to go through the door, but the cat speaks to make her stop for a moment.
You could stay. I had a lot of fun with you, and I get dreadfully lonely.
Thanks, but that is an invitation I shall have to decline. Sorry.
Thought so. Well, you'd better run along then. I don't want to keep your loved ones waiting.
What? No riddle to ask me before I leave? I always thought you had a knack for that.
No, I'm all out of riddles. But I will leave you with this. Being a family means you are part of something very wonderful. It means you will love and be loved for the rest of your life, no matter what. But what would I know about that?
No, I think you actually said something that made sense for a change.
Sometimes I surprise myself.
Well, I must go now. I guess I can leave you with the saying as well. The journey of a lifetime begins with a single step. But that first one is always the most treacherous. I've taken that step, and I have decided to keep on going. I'm coming home, Mom, Dad, Lizzie.
Alice runs through the door and off stage. The cat closes the door behind her, moves it to the center of the stage. He sits at the front of the stage like he did at the beginning of the play. His frown turns into a grin and he laughs to himself.
And now the tale is done, and home we steer, a merry crew beneath the setting sun, ever drifting down the stream, lingering in the golden dream. Life, was it but a dream? Goodbye, Alice.
The cat stands up, opens the door himself, looks back one time to the audience, then closes the door behind him. Everything fades to black. The end. Let's give the cast and Izzy Pop a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Izzy Pop. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Scully.
We hope you've enjoyed the play and the journey we've taken together. Now let's finish the show with an amazing giveaway from Nez Lover's Painting Studio and some amazing music from Pendarr.
Yes. If you're
Take it away,
in
Nez.
All right. If you're in the chat, I've kept track of who's been here and who's here now. Just give me a minute to peruse everybody to make sure I've got everybody written
Get
down.
over to that after party show at Nez, BYOB.
That's right. That's right.
up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite.